The attendance for the Ward-Kovalev rematch at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas was only 6,366 people. And 40%, that's right people, 40% of the tickets were given away for free. The first fight actually had a larger attendance than the rematch. The first fight also did better pay-per-view numbers than the rematch. I believe the first fight it had an attendance of about 10,000 people. So the arena was only half full. I say the second fight, just over 6,000, nearly 6,500 people. The pay-per-view numbers for the first fight were 165,000. Those are the pay-per-view numbers for the first fight. For the second fight, the pay-per-view numbers were 130,000. Now, in terms of the attendance, at least part of the reason why the attendance was so poor and so much lower than the first fight was the fact that the tickets were a lot more expensive for the rematch. In the first fight, the tickets ranged from $55 to $1,055, right? From $55 to just over $1,000. Those are the prices of the tickets for the first fight. For the rematch, the ticket prices ranged from $105 to $1,255. So, I mean, it wasn't a massive difference in terms of the high and low of the ticket prices, but it was a bit of a difference. You know, the highest price ticket was $200 more than it was in the first fight. The lowest price ticket was $50 more than it was in the first fight. So there you have it. Very, very poor numbers for Ward-Kovalev. I mean, this was a fight which, in the eyes of many, catapulted the winner to the status of pound for pound number one. A fight of that magnitude between two extremely high level fighters to only draw these type of numbers in terms of attendance and pay-per-view is absolutely shocking. It's a damning indictment of the state of the sport of boxing in the United States right now. Boxing is in very, very bad shape in the United States of America. Europe, particularly the UK at the moment, is where it's at. It's where they're filling out huge stadiums and huge arenas on a regular basis. It's where, for example, Floyd Mayweather will be holding, I believe, the first press conference for the Conor McGregor fight. He'll be holding it at Wembley. So boxers within the sport, particularly a money guy like Mayweather, he understands that America is no longer the financial powerhouse when it comes to boxing that it used to be. There are still certain fighters who clear incredible numbers, people like Canelo. But outside of that, you've got quality world champions, pound for pound level guys who can't even fill out a 16, 20,000 seat arena. Terrible stuff. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section below, people. And it has to be said, Rock Nation Sports, who represented Andre Ward, were responsible for promoting the rematch. They were acting as though the first fight wasn't promoted properly, which is why it did disappointing pay-per-view numbers and disappointing attendance. Well, they've done a far worse job than Main Events and Cafe Duva did first time around in terms of getting pay-per-view buyers and attendance. I know they paid their fighter very, very well, far better than Cafe Duva paid her fighter. That has to be said. But in terms of promoting the event and raising the profile of both fighters, Rock Nation Sports did a very, very poor job. Now, it's a hard market out there in the United States trying to promote boxing. There's no question about it. I'm not saying that it's easy at all. because the fans and the whole climate in the United States among sports fans is a very turbulent and difficult climate to deal with. But somebody out there in the land of promoters in the United States needs to innovate. They need to do something. Al Heyman at the moment, to me, is the person who is doing the best things, and he all has been over the past couple of years with putting so much boxing on free television. That's the way forward. Manny Pacquiao and Jeff Horn just did extremely good numbers on ESPN. That's the way forward in the United States to resurrect this sport. More boxing on free television. That's the way they're going to have to go, because the grassroots support for boxing is no longer there in America. And the way to get the grassroots support, put boxing on television. Put local talent on television, on free television. That's what they really need. Local guys from your local town, your local city, need to be on your TV screens for free. That's how you build fan bases. Anyway, let me know how you feel about this in the comment section below.